Welcome back to the Let's Look Brad channel. So, as mentioned, I did go down to Oklahoma. So, drove down on Sunday morning. I worked Monday, and then I got a call yesterday, being today's Tuesday. I got a call yesterday in the afternoon time that they had a whole bunch of work laying back up here in Colorado. So, yesterday afternoon after work, I turned around and drove the 12 hours back up here to Colorado. So, now I'm here again. So, I do have a $50 box here. Once I get done with this one, I'm going to rotate it, go back to the bank and get the other $50 box. And then I have another bank that has 2 boxes ready for me also. So I'm going to try to make this a 2-box hunt. Also, I did get 5 rolls of quarters up there. I didn't get much of anything but this Drooling Washington. As you see, it's a big die chip right there on his lip. Pretty good size one too. So this is the only thing that came out of the 5 rolls. One was a customer wrap rolls, and then the other 4 rolls were basically just the Loomis wrapped rolls. So anyhow, this is already popped. They did have a separate box that had a few rolls in it, and I checked actually in the truck to see if there was any. I just took a quick gander at it, but I didn't look around to see if there was anything on top. Not seeing anything definitely standing out. Nothing looks silvery, but it's definitely what's in the inside of the rolls for sure. Okay, I'll bring you in if I find anything. That would have to be the least amount of varieties I've ever got out of a box. Usually there's a ton of 74Ds, 71, 73Ds, 77, 79s. I did look for all the no FGs. I didn't see anything. So that's going to wrap that box up. Like I say, we do have the varieties here set up. Did get a couple of possible toners, but it may have been sitting in some kind of water or something like that. But kind of interesting, kind of cool. Nice greens, little purples on there. Definitely that brownish, goldish coloring tone that's to it too. This one here also, this is 1977, but that's the rim of it. Just looking on the outside, it's nice. It's got the nickel on either side of it and the copper in the center. That's a 1977. It's a little tone too, but I was going to check that up under the scope here in a second. Possible variety. I might just throw this one back. Like I said, I think it's probably just somehow got wet somehow. But interesting though. Anyhow, let me go ahead and run through these varieties here. If I have anything, I'll bring you in. If not, I'm going to run this one up here to the bank, drop the rest of this change off here, and grab that other box. All right, working through the varieties here. I got a 1971 Denver. Decent condition. It's got a lot of luster on it, but it's got a lot of hair loss too. So probably a U53, give or take. Yeah, anyhow, but 71. They do have multiple varieties that are going to be on this coin. It's not on the few things I was going to show you, but just basically letting you know. So a lot of the times you want to look in God We Trust, a lot of doubling. You'll see if you find a 1974s, but there'll be a little indentation or a little bitty tying that's inside of the R to let you know it's kind of like a kicker piece coming off of it, more or less like it's almost split, but you see the splitting in the middle. So then too, the T will have an extra serif coming off of the T, like it's split. So that's kind of a more broad basic point on the 1974. Now if you move up here to the Y can have multiple detail locations. You can have a same thing. It's another split, and it'd be just a little line in the middle, basically. It's almost like saying the Y right here, if it had a line directly in the middle of it, you know it's a DDO, because it was stamped on top of it twice. So anyhow, a Y will either have an extra kicker here, one on the tip top portion here, or it's actually doubled in the inside of it. For the ones that I've seen, there's a lot of varieties to it. The T is a little tough, it's a little worn in, but this right here, either serif, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the left one here, it's the same way. You'll see it's like it's separated. It looks like a V, but it'd be separated a little more. And like I said, I'll have a notching right in the middle of it. But this is a DDR, because if you see the top side of that R, it's what I keep mentioning. It's actually stamped on top again. So it'll have, you see this right here, it's a little ever so slightly carving. So basically if you look at them originally, you see the very top portion up here. It looks like it's very faded on the far top side. Basically just where they imprint the R on the coin. Leaves a slight indentation. It's, you know, machine doubling, as some would call it. I mean, if it's got a little excess metal on it, but that right there is more or less just where they put it on the coin itself, and it makes that indentation. Now, the line below it here, this line here, is actually the DDO stamping, because it is doubled. It's stamped on and it's stamped again, and it just makes a little indentation off of the R itself. So that's definitely going to be some doubling there. I didn't see anything on the, I mean, I'm guessing there could be some notching right here on top of the E, probably. It's ever so slightly there. So we get a little better angle to it. And flip it this way. Yeah, so it's probably something there. It just looks a little off to me, but anyhow, I mean, that's definitely doubled right there on the R, you could tell. So come back over here on a B. Now B is pretty much going to be the same way. It'll have a notching on the top up here, or if you have an extra, see this little bitty tine piece that is hanging off right here, it'll be the same way. It'd be almost like V'd at just a separate angle there. So let's move over here to the I. The I's got a little excess piece right there. I'm not for sure. I don't think that's anything. Usually an I will have a line carved up in the inside of it. If it's doubled, you'll definitely see the line. Now the L can have two of them. The L will have one that goes directly through the main base of the L, or right here at the very tip top, it's going to be also tined. The L where it turns up right here, it will be tined also. You'll see a little line in the middle of it to let you know it's notching for the DDO section. I mean, that's kind of interesting up there, a little excess metal stacked on. Now, the DDOs, there's a couple of them I want to say actually for the 71, and it's basically all over the coin. I mean, you'll have some on the I, it'll be on the N up here in the top portion, and the date, I'm not for sure. I don't think the date will have too much on it for the date wise, but that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking at these 71s. So the 71s and the 73s, I'm looking for the DDO on there, just for any kind of details to let you know what stands out, basically to show you that it's an actual DDO. And like I say, the 71s and 73s are going to have those notchings. It's all the way around Liberty, In God We Trust. Like I said, possibly on the date. I haven't seen anything on the mint mark before, but the 71s and 73s, the 72s will have the no FG. Like I said, the 77, also 77 Denver, has a obverse and a reverse. It could be a DDO or a DDR. I don't think they have those in the book, but I have found several of them off of those. But anyhow, just want to let you know little information on these. If you're checking out through a scope or through a loop and you're able to see them, then they're definitely a DDO or DDR. Just bringing you in real quick, this is another 71 Denver, and that's what I had mentioned to you about the T being split. So you can see the splitting in the middle of, there's actually another stamped portion on the bottom here. I don't think there was anything on the R. And the R2, like I showed you a while ago, some will have it on top, and then also right here, the base of the R, it will be split also. Like I said, this is just what I've seen. Nothing on top of the E there. Nothing through the B. The B's kind of bold at that bottom tine there, though. Nothing on the I. Don't see any splitting or anything on the L. Come over here to the In God We Trust. Nothing there. And yet again, since they're a little worn in, it's tougher to see if you've actually got splitting or anything. Anyhow, just wanted to show you that. All right, got box number 2, dumped off the coin, heading back home to search it. All right, let's try popping it open. See if it's not that much glue on here. I guess it's gonna be. Let me go ahead and pop this up and I'll bring it back in. Yeah, they put a bunch of glue on those. So this one right here, don't see anything on top, but yet again, let me go ahead and dig into it and see if we find anything. Just wanted to jump in for a quick second. So we got 15 rolls here knocked out, some varieties. Set aside a couple of just random coins there. But I just want to mention to the subscribers out there, and especially for everybody watching also, now if you do have a product or a card, or if you sell online, or if you have, like say, an online store, or if you're doing it through the TikTok, or if you have an Instagram account or whatnot, make sure to hit me up. Like I say, in my description of my videos, I do have my email, and that's just another secondary email set up to where I can work with y'all, work with the coin community, move the information around. A lot of times, like I said, I do have folks' cards on here that whenever I do go to their coin shop, or I do go to an antique store, or if I meet them somewhere random or whatnot, I do try to post their information on here, and that might help out a little more for, like I said, the coin community, for you gaining subscribers, you gaining more sales, or, you know, more eyeballs being put on your product, and more eyeballs being put on to, like I say, your subscription, your channel, and so forth and so on. So if you need any information on it, like I said, just go into it's Let's Look Brad 37@gmail.com. And like I said, I'll have it posted on the description here, but I do like helping you guys out. I do like looking into, like I say, your channels. And if I haven't subscribed to you, I always like looking at your channels, checking everybody out. Like I say, it's pretty nice. It goes around, comes around. Like I say, sharing is caring. And like I say, something good might come out of it. So anyhow, just wanted to pop in just to give you that little bit of information. That's going to do it for the second box also. So we didn't have any silvers or any proofs, but we do got quite a few varieties here to look through. And I did wind up pulling out, so this was the Ender, and just looking at it, I was like, man, that's pretty nice. And then the Reeded Edge is really good. But this is a 1972 Denver. Pretty nice. So probably going to check my album and see if that one will upgrade in the album there. But anyhow, let me go ahead and run through these varieties. And probably what I'm going to do is, being that this is a second box, I've got an extra box waiting for me at the bank. I'm going to go ahead and make this a 3-box hunt in here. I'm hoping I can get something out of here to show y'all. But if anything, all in all, it's basically a big time information video for y'all. Anyways, let me go ahead and run through these varieties. I'll be right back. Whew. Nice day of work. Anyhow, I did pick up the third box. As per mentioned, I did drop off the other coins. If you saw my little short, I was actually walking around a little swamp area doing a bunch of survey work. This box was open yet again, so let's see if there is anything on top. I didn't even look. I just grabbed it and headed back to the house. Nothing on top here, but we'll see what we got on the inside. That would have to be the toughest 3-box hunt I've ever been through. So I didn't get anything out of there at all. No proofs, no silvers, no DDOs, DDRs, no nothing, no FGs, anything. As I was looking through it, I was basically putting them through the scope just to double check, because this is going to be quite a little bit long video. So anyhow, I did get that 1971. There was a little DDO on there, a couple little extra, pieces that kind of point to a DDO, and then that nicer 1972D that I can check up in my album. But anyhow, as I mentioned, this 3-box hunt there, I did what I could. And like I say, they're just not supplying like they used to around the area. Definitely got to go outside the city a little more to get some more boxes. Anyhow, it is a 3-box hunt. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Y'all have a great day.